of explosive energy in the history of mankind.
And now, Kmdt presents Geek Blast. Here are your hosts. Mike.
Described as a creepy-ass cracker.
Dave.
Let me tell you something. I am God.
Tools.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I'm going to be honest. I hate this reality, whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer. I must get out of here. I must get free.
Losers!
I'm bringing the party to you.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Kmdt presents Geek Blast.
Episode 4, New Hope.
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
It's a new hope, guys. I'm Mike.
I'm Dave.
I'm Toon, sir.
Tonight's going to be a fun night. We're going to talk about some comic books. Dave's going to go on a rant.
Yeah, a little bit of a comic book rant.
Because we like them.
Then we're going to talk about some movie stuff, movie news. And then probably most of the night we're going to talk about video games, man.
Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a highlight on the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Yes, I have a magnitude of information for you.
To salivate over
Yes.
and save all your pennies.
Yes, to grease your loins.
And we got Stinkfist in the background, right?
Yeah,
You there?
Stinkfish, you there?
I'm here. I'm just watching The Notebook.
Okay.
He's watching The Notebook. He's taking notes.
He's
Love that
watching the
movie.
Notebook.
Me
He's
and
watching The Notebook.
me
taking
and my
notes.
boy Toy Fernandez, we're taking body shots off each other every time Ryan Gosling gets wet.
That's his geeky
Wow.
pleasure.
That's,
There you go.
That's every 5 minutes.
For all
You're going to
of
be
you who
drunk
don't know.
quick.
So just to kick off the night, I'm going to let everybody know the phone number to call in is 201-580-3712. Write it down.
Yeah.
Remember it.
Once again, that's 201-580-3712.
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
You can also catch us on Facebook and Twitter, too.
And
Tweeters.
facelift. And facelift for all you older
The
women out
tweeters.
there.
The tweeters.
So yeah, let's
I'm
talk
just gonna,
about some
yeah,
comic books.
I'm gonna get into some comic news real quick.
Dave, just
There's just not really news, more or less. I should say it's just what I'm really into right now. I really am digging on the relaunch of the Marvel stuff that they're doing. Like what's they basically started like I want to say they started like 7 or 8 books over from one again. You know,
What titles?
Uncanny X-Men.
Good one.
Regular X-Men, the Avengers, Uncanny Avengers, which is like a new take on the like Avengers and X-Men universe
Different
together.
characters in the Avengers group.
So wait, it's a new take on all the originals?
It's not really a new take on really the originals. It's just basically the last mega crossover that excuse me, the last mega crossover that Marvel did was called A versus X. So basically it was the Avengers versus the X-Men. So it was all the Avengers versus all the X-Men, and there was all kinds of havoc, and it was over, the reincarnation.
Did Havoc make a lot of appearances?
Sure. Well, he's an X-Man, so Alex Summers.
Alex Summers III.
Yeah. Anyway, so A vs. X was kind of like changed up a lot of things. So after A vs. X was over, they did a whole bunch of relaunches of books. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. They made this Uncanny Avengers. They relaunched Secret Warriors. They relaunched a new Hulk book. They relaunched a new Cap book. They relaunched a new Iron Man book. A new Guardians of the Galaxy. And all this stuff is really what they're doing is they're kind of like molding what's going to be happening in the movies and with the comics together. It's kind of like, for me, it's kind of crazy to have it all being at the same time, like, movies and comics, and you can watch one and then that story will lead right into a comic book, and then maybe you could be reading comic books for the next 3 months, and then a new movie will come out, and that's what this movie's going to be about right now, and then so that's pretty cool. Also, I picked up last week. I had mentioned that Valiant had come back out, and I picked up a couple of them books, and man,
Good stuff.
yeah, it's a lot better than the original stuff.
Cool, man.
So I would highly recommend checking that out.
Better than Bob Saget chasing me through my nightmares?
Yeah. Funny factoid about Bob Saget.
What's that? I love Bob.
You know he's the voice of the narrator in that television show, How I Met Your Mother.
Get the fuck.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no doubt. That's a funny show, too. I don't know if you watch
Yeah,
it.
I've seen
show.
episodes. I don't watch it, religiously, but I have seen.
Yeah, he's the dude telling the story to his wife and kid. Well, to the
Really?
kids. Yeah, because when the episode starts, you always see these two kids sitting on a couch, all pissed off. The father's talking to them. Again, his story is like never ending. But yeah, he's the voice.
Did you ever wonder about Bob Saget? Did you ever think maybe he just goes a little bit like the way he goes so grungy? Do you think it's because of Full House? Just to anti that, basically.
Total opposite.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Because he was like he did
Bob
have
Saget,
that
you
stigma
can't,
stigma for years
Daddy,
about being that
Daddy,
Mr. Nice guy
yeah.
you know.
Yes, the answer is yes.
That's
Yes.
why every time I see him, I'm just like, he's trying too hard.
Well, I think it would Half Baked has to be the best. His stands up.
Oh,
Like,
hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever suck dick for crack?
Yeah. That was the
You're
start
here
of it
for
all.
weed? What?
That was the start of it all,
Boo that
basically.
man!
I'm Bob Saget, and I'm really a dirty old man, and
Yeah.
I need to get rid of my shadow of Full House.
The roast was pretty cool, though. I
that
saw
was-
that.
Yeah, that
the,
was.
the roast
That was
of Bob
cool.
Saget on. I think it was Comedy Central or something like that. Yeah.
So Bob Saget, if you're out there, give us a call. We'd
Yeah,
love to talk to you.
201-580-3712.
Yeah.
Bob, if you're out
Bob,
there.
if you're out there.
Bob, seriously.
Yeah, no doubt.
Call us, man.
Anyway, back to the comic thing. Other than that, a lot of the new DC stuff is actually growing on me.
Oh, yeah?
And this is from a guy who really has done most of his life of slander of DC.
Yeah, I know.
The new 52 is what
Are
they're.
you converting? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I'm never gonna convert.
Converting?
I'm not gonna convert, but I can dip my toe in another pool every now and again, right? I
I
mean,
hear you, man.
it's not
Dip
like
more than
Marvel's
your toe.
paying me or anything like that. You know what I mean? If I was cashing a check for Marvel, then yeah, I'd just bash them all day. But
But once again, people, we are not
bashing
biased.
either way, whether you're
Well,
getting paid or not.
That's
You
true.
love to bash
That's true.
things.
If it's cool, it's cool.
Yeah, the
You
new
know what I mean?
Batman.
There's
The new
no-
Batman is kind of cool. What they're doing with him, because they kept a lot of the stuff that happened last year with the death of Batman and all that other craziness went on. He actually ended up having a baby with Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Now that kid is called Damian.
And that was the chick in the
Damian
movie,
Wayne.
right?
That was
they
the chick in the
portrayed?
movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Hold on. I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So this kid, when all that jazz happens, where they say Batman died last year, which he didn't. Just like when Captain America died, he really didn't. They just like went to a different frickin' universe or something like that. Dick Grayson, the original Robin, became the new Batman, and then this dude Damian became the new Robin. And I think that Batman and Robin book is written by Grant Morrison, and Grant Morrison's pretty good comic writer in my opinion. He's written a lot of really cool stuff for DC, and really a lot of cool stuff for Marvel too. When he worked there before he, I think, signed an exclusivity contract with
So
DC.
he worked with Marvel before DC.
Yeah. Well, they do a lot of jumping around. A lot of these guys in
Right.
the industry, man. They write, they sign an exclusive contract for X amount of years to work for DC. Then when that's up, they go sign with Marvel, and only very few people I can think of off the top of my head have stuck with one company the whole time.
Who's that?
I really am racking my brain right now. I'm going to say maybe Brian Michael Bendis could be the one I'm thinking of, but he may have wrote for Vertigo, so I could be wrong about that. And Vertigo's owned by DC, so
Yeah, they're always cheating on the other.
yeah.
Yeah, little sluts.
Well, money talks, bullshit walks, right?
People don't realize the people in comic books are sluts. They're dirty, slutty, nasty people.
Well, why?
Because they who are the
Come on,
writing.
who else is obsessed with a magic marker?
I am. I wish I could.
You are.
What friend was that when we were younger who stuck a marker up his ass?
I don't.
If you're out there, we're not going to blow you up, but one of you did.
Just
stick a
call
marker
us,
up
I
your-
guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
number's
so just stick a marker up your ass.
201-580.
One of you did it.
3712. I don't see how that would be geeky in any way, shape, or form.
No,
It sounds
but-
like it'd be painful, but
Well, for the Vermont guy.
Hey,
if the
that
Vermont
guy
guy's
from
out
Vermont,
there.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
cool.
he might
likes
be into
that,
it.
Well,
Spider-Man style.
on that note, I'm going to be done with talking about
Your
comics.
rant-
now.
your rant
yeah,
is
my
over?
rant is over.
Okay.
Wait,
So I would say
anybody?
check out some of that Marvel stuff, check out the Valiant stuff, and check out some of the new DC New 52.
See.
Right.
See,
Well,
senor.
comic rant. That's Dave's week. You're gonna have that a weekly thing, Dave.
I'm gonna try.
You're gonna try for a weekly.
I'm gonna try
thing
for
on
a
that,
weekly
right?
thing on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some of the movie news that's out there right now.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Lots of movie news. They got the new Thor trailer out.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
And then we have.
Did you see the one that just basically focused on Loki more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
That's the newer one.
Yeah, that's
Freaking
the
Loki,
newer one.
man. He's
Loki's
like
the
that-
best, dude.
Yeah, but he's becoming like the main villain in every freaking movie.
Well,
you know what I mean?
He,
It's like,
he basically
If
is.
you
though.
think about it, right? His history, if you look up Loki's history, if it wasn't for Loki, there would be no Avengers.
okay.
Like, he's the guy, like, that brought
reason
the
that they
Avengers
were brought
together.
together, yeah.
And that they did a pretty good job of like,
the
portraying that in the movie,
Right.
I think.
Keeping that real.
But, my problem with all comic book movies is none of them just stay right to
Oh,
where
of
they're
course
supposed
not,
to,
Of course.
Because Hawkeye wasn't an original Avenger.
Mm.
You know? Neither was Black
And they
Widow.
could have done without
Black
him.
Widow, yeah.
Honestly,
Neither
in my
was
opinion,
Black
I'm just
Widow.
anti-Hawkeye. They could have,
Well,
Had nothing to
he's
do
that
with the
same.
movie.
He's that guy like Green Arrow for DC.
just as
You know?
lame. Even as lame.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get into that again. Green Arrow thing.
Oh, that's too funny. Hey, you know what? Let me. I want to try to really quickly before I don't want to cut you off, Mike. But,
Yeah, go
I wanted to answer a question that somebody from Facebook had on about who we think would win in a fight. Prince Namor from Marvel or Aquaman from DC. Now, he also said he knows that we're all big Marvel fans. He says to try not to be
Try not to be biased.
Try not to be biased.
Yeah.
But I honestly am just kind of posing the question to you guys because I honestly don't know nothing about Aquaman to say
I hate
what
both
his
of them, so
what
I
his
don't
powers
even really care
are.
which one wins.
Well,
I hope
yeah, I
they
guess.
both die. Like, I don't really care.
Mike does not care about the ocean, ladies and gentlemen,
No, that's not true.
at all.
Honestly, you're probably the only one here who knows enough about those characters to make any kind of judgment call at all. So
Yeah,
what
so
do you think, sir?
I
Because
would-
they've never been one of my.
If I had to hazard a guess, I'm
One's got a
I'm-
pitchfork
I'm-
and the other one's got little wings.
I'd
I'm
say
under the-
Namor because his outfit's cooler.
well.
He doesn't have an outfit. He's
That's-
fucking
He's got
naked.
outfits, bro.
Does he?
Green Speedo.
Yeah, doesn't
Speedo
Aquaman
doesn't
have
count as an outfit.
like wings on his ankles or something
No, that's
like that?
Namor.
Namor has
Is
the
that
wing.
Namor?
He's got-
See, that's how
yeah.
much I really care about those characters.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, in my opinion, I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's got the cool suit and he's got wings on his ankles, so he would win.
I
Oh, he
think
drinks a lot of Red Bull, whatever.
not just because of the fact that I'm a Marvel fan, I would say that I think Namor would win, but I don't really. I think Aquaman is just like an Atlantean. You know what I mean? He doesn't have
Does this
any
pitchfork have magical powers?
the trident
it
that he
does.
has. I think it might.
It's a
I think
trident,
I,
of course
I think it might be like Poseidon's fucking trident or some shit like that. You know?
What's that, Stinkfist? You trying to talk there?
Stinkfist, you know anything about Aquaman?
Hey, Stinkfist.
I know that he has an orange suit, and that's it.
Orange and green. Yes.
Orange and green, yeah.
Yes.
Horrible colors to mix
Horrible
together.
colors, too.
Yeah.
I agree. But I think that, in my opinion, because if he's just an Atlantean, even though Atlanteans were supposed to be these, like, crazy whatever people, Namor's a mutant.
Right.
He's one of the first mutants, on top of the fact that he's Atlantean. And he has, he's like above the normal average of strength on somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a mutant, and he's got like a healing factor like Wolverine. Not to Wolverine's extreme, mind you.
See, that's I mean, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but that is the huge difference right there between Marvel and DC. Marvel basically grabbed the whole mutant thing and ran with it. Where DC doesn't really involve mutants per se. You know what I mean?
Well, that's certain books do, and certain books don't. It all depends.
But it seems like Earth anyway. Most the superheroes on Earth or supervillains on Earth revolve around some sort of mutation or another.
well, yeah, in a way, sort of. There's usually accidents or so on and so
that's
forth.
what I mean. That's the big
like
difference.
calamities
between the two.
happen. Well,
And DC's more isolated. When Marvel it all kind of throws itself together. DC
well, and I
is a
think
little bit more
that
isolated.
the base of where and how Marvel decided to set up Marvel.
Right.
The way that Stan Lee did it with Jack. Anyway,
Sorry,
Sorry, people, about that. We had some technical difficulty with the microphone. I'd like to know what some of our listeners think about that question that was posted off of Facebook. Who do you think would win in a fight between Prince Namor of the Marvel Universe and Aquaman of the DC Universe?
If
Give
you
us a
actually
call.
care, yeah.
Well, even if you don't care, give us a
call
call, 201 580-3712 and give us your opinion about that. Tell us what you think. Who would win that fight? You know, and also to answer that person's question, 2 good spots to buy comics online, in my opinion, mind you, are milehighcomics.com and midtowncomics.com for all back issues.
Do they also offer them in digital form or just?
Well, each company offers their digital comics.
Right,
you can't
right.
buy digital comics from a comic book
Through
store.
an actual vendor. I
Right.
got you.
You have to go to Marvel, to DC, to Image, to Dark Horse, to Valiant, you know,
Download,
get it digital.
Yeah.
to Vertigo, to get it digitally and then be able to download it that way.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. So sorry about that, Mike. You were talking about movies.
Any other
Yeah, we were
movies
in
coming
news,
out?
movie news.
Before we had our technical
there was that
difficulties.
Batman. There was a comment actually about people wanting Batman under the hood.
Oh, as an actual movie,
Yeah.
as opposed to being an animated movie.
Yeah, well, the animated one was pretty good.
It's great. That's a great Batman. And like I said last
Absolutely.
week, man, I think that's the one thing that DC does right. They kill it in the cartoon area.
Yeah.
They really do.
They do a good job.
Like Marvel makes awesome movies, right? But look at the Marvel cartoons that have come out.
They're
So
okay.
more recently now they're coming out with a lot of better stuff because I've watched that Ultimate Spider-Man. That's kind of funny. It kind of puts Spider-Man back to his youth type character.
Right.
They had the Avengers Assemble, which was good, and then they started a new Avengers up just most recently. But DC's always done really good, like, cartoons with their characters.
It looks like DC almost looks at it as trying to hit a larger audience, where Marvel just kind of doesn't care. They think it's for the kiddies, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
how I always
well,
kind of felt with it. But
Yeah, but not really either, though, because some of the Marvel movies are
Pretty
rated M.
Yeah.
They're rated M.
mature.
Like,
Are they?
the Doctor
Yeah,
Strange
yeah,
movie,
absolutely.
if I'm not mistaken, is not like isn't like PG-13 or something.
how
like
was that one that they ran on MTV for a short time? I don't know if they ran it for a short time or for a while.
Which was that?
I just remember seeing one of the episodes. It was on MTV. Spider-Man.
That was only one season they ran.
Yeah, it was all it was. Was it
like
any
8
good, though?
episodes. Or
It was
something
like 8 or
that.
9 episodes. Yeah, it just didn't take off because at
No,
that
was
time
it
it was
good, though?
already.
What was the title of that one? It was something
I want to say Spectacular, but
Spectacular. I think it was Spectacular.
I don't know if that's correct
The
or not.
Spidey Shore.
Spectacular Spidey Short.
Spectacular. But
Came
anyway,
off MTV.
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
But no, I heard that. That would be cool. I think
Yeah.
to do
And
a
then,
movie of the Red Hood,
The movie Elysium, right? That came out.
which I wanted to see that.
Last
Man.
I need to.
I heard
Yeah, the previews look good. I thought,
Well, it's that
graphically it looks pretty good.
it's the classic sci-fi, like post-apocalyptic situation.
Yeah, well, 1.6. I mean, it's still got the whole weekend ahead of it, but
Yeah,
you know,
well, that was just
1.6
last-
isn't a good start. You
Well,
know?
I guess. I mean, I don't really base my movie watching off of how much money it
Yeah, I
makes,
know,
you know
I
what
know.
I'm saying? So I can't necessarily say that because it does shitty in the box office that I won't actually see it.
yeah.
Well,
You know, some of my most favorite movies probably did shitty in the
Yeah,
box
yeah,
office.
absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Mallrats for one. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. They were all expecting to be rich that day. The
Yeah.
next day, and it was like, horrible. So
Get on your
bad.
knees, Rev.
But as the man who wears the curtain before was telling us, Elysium, it's filled with propaganda bullshit. You know, they try to fill it up with all this meaningful.
Well, it's the guy that did District 9. If you've ever seen District 9,
Yeah.
District 9 is very preachy also. in my
Yeah, it
opinion,
is.
For
It
a
is.
sci-fi alien type flick also.
It all
you
depends
know?
on if you like that. You know.
And I heard the
That's
same thing
preachy.
about Pacific Rim too. That these were all like these big sci-fi movies that were supposed to be coming out and didn't make any money.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. But even though I heard that Pacific Rim was not good.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
Stinkfist said it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I heard right from the fist's mouth.
Yeah, right from the fist mouth. Which
Pacific Rim was not good. I mean, stop trying to interweave a profound story. You're a sci-fi action movie. Be that.
Yeah. Own it, man. Own that
Take
shit.
that shirt and put it on.
Exactly, exactly. So what else, Mike? Anything else?
Yeah, that was
anything big on the horizon?
Movie
other than that?
Conjuring was
Oh,
Oh, the Sentinel. They started showing the Sentinels.
That's right.
next
Sneak
to
peeks.
Brian Singer. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They got the picture of what it, what it,
Skull-
What it's going to look
the movie
like.
prop.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty big, I
They
mean-
can get that on our.
Yeah, we have a poll going
website,
on our
right?
website. What you think it's big enough?
And in my opinion, I would have to say I'm voting no on that.
No, it's
Yeah, I
not
don't
big.
think
I'm
enough.
voting no on that.
Compared to
Unless
how big it's
that's
supposed to be.
Nimrod.
Unless that's Nimrod.
Nimrod?
Nimrod was a smaller character.
If that's
yeah.
Nimrod, I'll go with that.
But
But
Nimrod's
a
got to be
Sentinel
like
should
silver
be
now, right?
14 times bigger than that,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I mean, looking at that picture of him standing next to the director or whatever, it's not proportioned correctly.
No.
I mean, if you remember, Wolverine would be honestly like 10 times smaller than a Sentinel's head.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, he'd be about the size of a Sentinel's head.
Even the biggest dude, Colossus, was not even up to its kneecap. So
right. So maybe it's not as big as I'm thinking, but somewhere in between.
It's probably a 10-story building, that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Without a problem.
But Mike was saying
I would
Wolverine was
think-
the size of his head. I thought he was bigger than that.
Well, I mean, that's it.
Like,
That's
also, mind you, this
Yeah.
you can't take any of that shit like to be like religious. You know what I mean? It's all
thinking
how
about the part where it
interpretation of
cuts
the
the head
artist.
off, right?
Also,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Well, my favorite thing with the Sentinels and Wolverine and Colossus, mind you, is the fastball special, where
Colossus throws
Wolverine just jumps up and he's like grabs him, and just
hell
tosses
yeah.
him,
Yep.
and he's like, "Wah!" Goes right through him. That's always been
claws out.
one of my favorite.
Hasn't Hulk done that with him too, though? Before?
Yeah, that's like a
big guy, small guy.
his little niche thing. Yeah, no doubt.
He's like, throw me. Yeah.
But the Hulk never did it. Well, they teamed up once, but they've fought more than they've actually.
Mike, Dave, I want to test your capabilities here. Can you name
Capabilities.
3 special attacks from Wolverine? Actual names and what they do.
Special attacks. What are you
From
saying?
the- from
Okay,
a
you
game?
want-
Video game
from
are
a
we
game?
talking about?
No,
or-
from Wolverine as a whole. Okay, we know. I'll start you with the Berserker attack.
All right, but see, what you have to realize is that ain't real, man.
Yes, it is.
That ain't. He doesn't have a berserker power, bro. Like if I had a.
Not Berserker power, but the Berserker attack. What
It's
is
not an
involved in the attack?
That's called closing your arms
No,
with friggin'
Dave,
blades on your hands, dude.
Dave, if I may clarify, Toombs is trying to ask, like, what type of Street Fighter 2 moves does...
Okay. Well, that's what I was asking. If it's more along the lines of like in a video game
Marvel versus
aspect,
Does he have a
I can honestly say-
Hyrukin?
I can honestly say that I hated that game. I can't agree that you love that game, but he does know. Like, think about this for Wolverine's powers, right? Number 1, he's got the mutant healing factor, which means he really can't die, right? He doesn't age because of it. So
The thing is,
he's the oldest character in the Marvel universe right now.
Well, then if he doesn't age, how did he become an adult?
Because it
Stop
didn't kick
growing
until
at that
puberty,
time.
just like any other mutant.
So he should be 13 years old all the time then.
Yeah, you would assume that would be the case. I don't know why. Well, actually, they do tell you a little bit about why about that, because when he gets the adamantium added into his body, it like almost killed his healing factor. So he could have rapidly aged at that point. And then when his healing factor kicked back in, well, then everything on the inside is now, I mean, it's not like he's a walking fountain of youth. You know what I mean? But,
But he is.
But he kind of is. But anyway,
yeah,
he's been around so long and he's been in so many different military. I mean, he worked for the CIA, Black Ops. So, I mean, think about all the training they get. So he's just a badass dude. He was a samurai at one point. Like, he stuck by the samurai honor code.
How old would you say he is?
They've traced his origin back to the 1800s.
Okay.
And that was in the Origins.
And that was in the actual Origins that only came out. Well, that thing's probably been out for about 10 years now.
And the cover, it's black with him like as the
No.
kid, right?
Not black. It's like this weird, like goldish. It's really like odd colory for a cover.
Before that, I mean, they even traced him back to the Cub Scouts.
Yeah.
Cub Scouts.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, he
Scouts on
was
Never quite a Boy Scout, but Cub Scout all the way.
I love brownies though.
I do too. What kind of brownies? Hey!
But yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of video game stuff coming,
Yeah.
and the Xbox
Really coming. I mean, it's coming forcefully.
forcefully, whether you
Yeah.
want it
Hitting
or
the
not.
ceiling.
Whether you
hard.
wanted to or not is right.
I mean, it just
I'm
comes.
still rocking my
A lot of times
original
in the middle of the night,
360.
it just comes on strong, you know.
I can't wait. I'm probably gonna try to get the PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get.
See, I'm on the fence right now. I got to say that I want both because I'm greedy, and but I know I won't be able to afford that.
I
But
can't either, but
realistically-
I'll figure it out
Do we
somehow.
know
I'm a
what
fan.
games are
I'm a fan
driving
of.
with that?
I'm a fan
Dude,
of
I have a
Xbox.
whole
So
bunch of shit on the two systems actually, which should be coming out later this year. There's still a lot of rant and rave on the exact time dates, but we're here in November through mid-December. You know,
right in
Xbox will
time
be
for
first.
Christmas.
Yeah, Xbox will be first, followed by PS4. But you know, as far as what goes underneath the hood, there's been a lot of speculation on that. Which one's going to be more powerful? This and that. First off, it's going to kind of play off a little bit like the 360 and PS3 did. There's a lot of hype on the
Right.
PS3 saying it's going to be this, you know, so much more powerful, yada yada yada. But they
wasn't
hyped it up
though?
so bad. No, it never was.
It never was.
It never was.
See, I
They did
can't-
that to hype it up.
I
And
can't say because I never had PS3. I mean, I played when you know
was
at your
the
house.
same.
I
I
played
mean,
at your house.
it all.
The only
Yeah.
difference
It all
was they
comes
didn't
down to the
have,
developers.
you didn't have to. It was the online. You didn't pay for things or something. Like
Yeah,
that,
but
right?
Xbox's online functionality was so much better.
It was better.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
didn't like PlayStation Network get hacked or
Oh, it's
something like
horrible.
that?
It still isn't that great, but that's why. But now you're gonna have to pay for all of them.
Right.
Once the new systems come out, they're both.
Well, yeah,
paid.
because I heard that there's not because it. I don't know if this is true. This could just be rumor, but is it true that the Xbox One has no hard drive with the system? They expect you to save in the cloud, so which means you automatically need to be a gold
no,
member.
it has a hard drive.
Oh,
They
wow.
both
It has
actually
a hard
seem
drive. Okay.
Yeah, it is a hard drive. Yeah. It's going to be versatile. It's going to be very versatile.
God
Remember that whole
forbid
thing?
Dave has to save on the cloud.
Yeah, I'm anti the cloud, man. I don't.
But a little bit about what's
Some
under the
information
hood.
floating out in cyberspace, bro. I don't know.
Like those are my games.
A little bit about what's under the hood, though. They both share an AMD 8-core Jaguar CPUs, very similar. You know.
Okay.
PS4's chipset will probably run at about 2 gigahertz, where Xbox One will run at about 1.75. Very close, very close. I mean, in the beginning, you know, the initial run, you're not going to see any difference. You know what I mean? It's 10 years down the line that you might see a slight difference. But even now, 10 years down the line on the older generation systems, I don't see much of a difference.
And there've been the PS3 and 360 been around for 10 years.
It's 2000. No, I'm off. 2005, right? 8 years.
Yeah, almost.
So
you
it's
know.
almost 10
Their
years.
lifespan,
Alright.
yeah.
I don't know why it seems like it's shorter than that.
No,
though.
it's been a while,
You know?
man.
I
think-
feel like, you know,
But what's nice is the
You've been playing
similarities.
games all your life, man.
yeah, I don't know.
The similarities will make PC porting and development much easier. You know what I mean? So, there's my voice doubling. I don't know why, but
All right, guys, we got a call.
Oh, we got a
Alright.
caller.
Nice.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hold on, let me get him on.
Or just tell us when you get on the line.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get him on. Hold on.
All
Aye, aye, Captain,
we're,
bye.
we're waiting.
All right, you're on KMDD Geek Blast.
good day,
Hey, what's
sir.
going on, guys?
What's
Dave,
up,
what's going on?
Going.
Tommy.
What's up?
Hello.
Yo,
Dave.
Yo.
All right, we hear
No, I
you.
gotta-
What's your
You
question?
gotta go. Hello?
Yeah, somebody talk.
Hello.
Yeah, we gotta go. I'm calling to go PS4 all the way. All the
PS4
way.
all
Okay,
the
great.
way.
PS4 all the way. So,
All
what,
right.
what are your reasoning behind that?
Xbox One, they're gonna have the camera comes with it. It's on all the time. They got the cloud. Everything about it is going to this cheesy mainstream, you know, the whole entire media system, you know, nonsense. I want focus on games, better control, all that. That's PS4, as far as I can tell so far.
actually, if you look at like control wise, if you look into the controllers, Xbox's controller is actually more user friendly. They each have their own things, you know, like where the PS3 has a great D-pad, you know what I mean, where Xbox has great trigger and analog placement, you know what I mean. They each have their own distinguishable
Qualities, yeah.
yeah, where, you know, people fight forever.
Yeah,
Which one's better, but
I've had both over the years. I've had Xbox,
Right.
PS1, PS2, PS3,
as do I.
and,
yeah.
and 360. And the Xbox controller is the best, no doubt. The way
It's
it
a matter of
fits and the
opinion,
weight
my
of
friend,
it.
but, you know, I like
But-
them both for different reasons with different games. You know what I mean? I think they
Yeah.
both control.
Yeah, the game definitely makes a difference.
Oh yeah,
you know.
oh yeah.
I
First person
don't see how
shooter,
it-
I give it to Xbox all the way. Fighting game,
Yeah,
I give
great.
it to PS3 all the way. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I guess because it's definitely is.
It has a good
It's got the
D-pad.
bigger
Yeah.
D-pad.
It's got a good D-pad, but we're gonna see what the next controllers have to offer. I don't think they're gonna be changed much.
I hope they don't do
Yeah.
something stupid like they did for the Wii U. Thank you
Yeah.
for your question, though, bro.
All right, wait, hold on,
I
wait,
appreciate
guys,
that.
call it. Do you want to stick around and try and guess the Stan Lee quote? Because it's 8:30.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you want to try? You want to stick around and try and guess the Stan Lee quote? The theme.
I definitely don't know enough Stan Lee stuff to
No. This is from his appearance. This is from his appearance in all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, you just got to guess which movie.
Which movie is this from?
I just gotta guess. All right, okay, all right.
All right, hold on. Here we go,
Give it a
guys.
shot.
And you get a brand new PS4 if you get it right. No,
Nah, we're
sorry,
going
dude.
And I owe you.
I would love to give you one, but
All right, here we go, guys.
All right.
Did it work?
You want me to play one more time?
I got nothing.
play it
I'll
again.
I'll play one
Play
more
it again.
time. Come on, this is a recent movie. This should be a little bit easier than last week.
Did it work?
I'm gonna embarrass myself, and I'm gonna say Iron Man 3.
No. And if you guys
Isn't that
have,
what we guessed last week's too?
Yeah.
So every week we're just gonna guess Iron Man.
until we get it.
yeah, just keep guessing Iron Man 3. Eventually, you'll be right.
Right.
One of them, yeah.
But if anybody out there's got it, give us a call. Number's 201-580-3712.
All right, caller, we're gonna let you go.
Thanks, guys.
Nice try.
Thanks for
Call,
calling.
buddy.
Thanks for calling. Give us your opinion, bro.
All right,
So-
if you guys know it, remember just instant message me. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna rack our brains too as well. But if you know, give us a call. It's 201-580-3712.
But yeah, going back to the PS4 and Xbox One, as far as the processing power goes, Microsoft has upped their processing power more to meet PS4s because it was slightly underpowered.
Now, let me
almost
ask-
twice. PS4 was almost twice as powerful.
Let me ask this, because you've had both systems at one
Right.
point.
Right.
A game that I think maybe we both might have played, which is Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Right.
Was your load time? Did you see the load time in the screens happen faster for your system because of the processor? Did it not happen? Because I feel like sometimes if it's late and I'm playing that game and I'm into it, sometimes I may doze off during a load screen, bro. Like,
Did you ever do you install your games into your hard drive?
always.
All right. So I mean that should help a little bit, but as far as comparison goes in speeds, I played them on both systems. There's not much
It's the
difference.
same thing. So it was just the fact that was just had such overabundance
Yeah,
of
it's a
information.
huge game, lot of information. I think that game's always going to be slightly choppy, even on the next gen systems, unless they have old school.
Well, they did do a lot of patches in there, which helped out a lot.
Oh yeah,
you know?
oh yeah. But if you remember, even the first one, Oblivion, was even choppier.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
Very
was
choppy.
super choppy.
I never played Skyrim in my own game, but
Yeah, you watched me a lot, though.
I basically played that game through the book, though.
Yeah, Mike read the book. Yeah, that's true.
Dave had the book, and he would be sitting there playing. I
Because
just
sometimes
would
I needed
read through
that
the
book, man. I'd get these quests for guys that I had no idea. Like there was no like. I'd
Where the
click
hell
on
do you go?
I'd click on them.
Where do you go?
And there'd be nobody on the map.
Yeah, I
you know.
I know. Did you ever download the Vampire
Yes.
download book? I cannot find that fucking to start that off. To start that quest off, I cannot
It's
find
behind Riften, bro.
I don't know. I couldn't
Behind
find
Riften.
it. But one thing with the going back to Xbox One and PS4, they announced that they're not going to have continuous online connection now. You'll be able to play it offline. There's no problem with that. It's just that they wanted to make it so to have it connected all the time, you wouldn't have to put the disc in. You know what I mean? Which may result in faster gaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
also may result in them losing money now.
yeah. So now it's a choice. It's a choice now.
Yeah.
You want to have it connected all the time? Fine. You don't have to use a disc. You know what I mean? If it's all up to a matter of choosing what you want.
Basically, that's more of like if you were to download it to your hard drive, though, right?
Right.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So
But,
it's
you would actually not need the game at all. You know what I mean?
You would just go to your hard drive.
so
select
it's
the game,
like
and come back.
they're basically
It's like
making the
those
hardware
simulators.
obsolete at this point. Is what it sounds like. They're trying. That's I mean, even with like Netflix and all that others, like. Got to think about the way of the video store, the way of my generation, like the DVD collection that I have is like steadily becoming an obsolete thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
'Cause
he's got so many.
You can stream, you can stream movies whenever you want through Netflix and all these other things that I really don't have any idea about because I'm not a tech dude. But
Xbox One's going to go even further with the whole thing. The one thing, like whoever called in before was talking about
Tommy,
does this,
Tommy
does
was
that. It's the multimedia on the system is going to be enormous.
well, the multimedia
Enormous.
on the 360 now with the
Wait till you see what's coming.
is
dude. Wait
is
till you
kind of
see what's
crazy.
coming. Having that connect means playing a video game and basically saying TV channel yada yada yada, and I'll switch right to it.
I love doing that. That's hysterical.
It's going to be.
I
very,
sometimes
very,
have fun with the Bing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Bing that. I'm like, yeah, dude. It's just
It's basically it's going to enhance that. You know what I mean? And for all the people who are like, I don't want to buy a Kinect. I got to pay $100 more for that Kinect. It's only going to be with the launch. If you wait a few months, you'll have the option to buy it with a Kinect or without a Kinect.
I actually was opposed to Kinect for the longest time, right? And then
They're watching it. That's why.
I was, I don't like cameras, man. So I was opposed to it for the longest time. Then my Elite kind of was starting to crap out on me.
Right.
And then my mom, nice lady that she is, she ended up buying me a brand new R2D2 360, which came with the Kinect. So once I had it. Obviously, I was going to play it.
But, each system will have their own exclusive titles. PS4 at launch will have Killzone, Knack, The Order, which actually looks cool. It's a Victorian set kind of Van Helsing sort of game. It'll have Infamous Second Son, which I'm a big fan of this. I liked it. Xbox One is going to have Dead Rising 3, Rise, which is freaking sick.
That game looks great.
As far as launch games go, that game looks...
I want to buy it just for that game.
I know.
You know what I mean? But that's the way I felt about the PlayStation 3, even though I never bought it, and I still haven't played some of these games that are exclusive to that. I love the God of War series. Was
excellent.
One of my favorite series for PS2. I played the first game, the second game, and then it was the third game that came out for the PlayStation 3.
Which I'm guessing you never played.
Never played that.
I have that, actually.
I played it, Mike had
the Pandora's box.
Pandora's box.
Yeah, you got the special edition.
Don't open it.
Very limited.
Oh, man. I think it's open, though. I had to open it.
But, they're each going to have their own exclusives. You know what I mean? And, based on, whether you're a fan of, which exclusive, you'll probably get that system.
Yeah.
I like both. I want to play Infamous. I want to play Rise. So
Infamous is an exclusive for the PlayStation?
For Xbox One.
Oh, for Xbox.
Oh, I'm sorry. Infamous is exclusive for PS4, and then Rise is exclusive.
Well, is the first game Infamous?
Always been PS.
Always, so it's
made by a company called Sucker Punch.
Okay, so you couldn't get it for the 360.
It's exclusive through.
Maybe that's why I never heard of it then.
They always change, though. You know what I mean? Like Mass Effect. That was an Xbox exclusive, and then finally BioWare was like, fuck it, put the games out late on PlayStation, probably sold millions of copies. But it could always happen. Never say never to exclusives being on one system, because it could always...
Wow. Some things you can say never to, because, right, I mean, Halo is probably not going to go onto PlayStation 4 anytime soon.
Probably.
And I would assume that God of War is not going to be coming over to the Xbox One.
They need to at least have a couple. And Gears of War will never leave Xbox, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
PlayStation Uncharted will never leave.
Which I've never played, which is one of them games that I'm like,
pretty badass.
Because I love the straight up action adventure game is probably one of my hands down favorite type of games to play.
Yeah, in the
third person view, classic Lara Croft,
right.
Classic Lara
That
Croft,
company,
or classic Resident Evil,
the
first Resident Evil.
First Resident Evil was
crazy,
amazing.
crazy talent.
I remember being
they started with Crash
Bandicoot,
room, and then worked on to
Crash Bandicoot is an odd game, but fun as hell.
But can you believe that's where they started? And then wound up in Uncharted, and now Last of Us, which I think is better than any of.
And that's the one I keep seeing commercials for, man.
Games.
It looks beautiful. Like the game itself just looks like you're watching a movie.
It's phenomenal. Like I said, it almost looks next gen. It's close to it.
Well, then they're basically at that point
using the capacity of
they're using
the
the
machine. Yeah,
to its fullest. It's right there.
So but I don't think the Xbox has, and people tell me that it has, and I'm like, how could that be? You
know what though? On the newest Gears of War, I've looked at some of the environments, and they're downright gorgeous. You know what I mean? They are. So I think in certain aspects, it may have used pushed to the fullest.
Okay,
but not as a whole.
Not as a whole.
Yeah.
Well,
which is funny because that's the easier system to develop for.
What, the
PS3
Xbox
has always been complicated. Yeah. Explaining why the fuck not one game in all the lifetime. Well, I'm sorry, there's been a couple, but the whole 720p thing. Almost every single game in the PS3 library has not gone over 720p.
Really?
I mean, which, what is the sense behind it? Because it's hard to develop for. That's why.
That's weird.
It's not easy to develop for. Even now, it's still a little tricky.
Well, all I know is that I definitely want to get a new one, but at the same time, I'm still having a blast with the. They're not going to cut off the Xbox.
What, the lifespan?
Xbox Live, right?
Nah, I think they'll go for Xbox Live.
Yeah.
No, that's going to go onto the new system.
I know, but what if you have an old system and don't go buy the new system when it
you'll
comes
still
out?
be able to
Fine,
connect.
Xbox Live,
Yeah, all right.
Xbox Live. They're not going to alienate.
All right.
Well, that would.
You never know,
that would be
bro.
the stronghold right there. That's what that would be.
Well, that's why the
You
thing-
must buy a PS or Xbox
Well, you know what, those
One,
true-
Well, that's why I thought. That's why I was asking him about the hard drive situation because
Yeah.
that had me a little nervous, man. I don't want to be saving in the cloud, man.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to hack my game. And be
But I
like,
think it's
"Haha,
cool. It's cool
mine
as an
now."
option. It's
I'm
cool as
gonna
an
take
option,
all your
you know?
achievements.
Yeah, no, you know me, Mike. I'm an achievement whore.
The cloud
know.
thing is cool as an option, though. It'll make it more versatile to developers.
I mean, I don't let me say that I don't like it, but I have used it before.
Right.
Like, save my guy, my avatar in the cloud, and go down to my younger brother's house, who lives at the other end of Jersey, and go to his house, and then, oh man, yeah, we're gonna play some games. Pull my avatar out of the cloud and play as my guy on his system.
Right.
Come home and be like, oh, your avatar was somewhere else, you know? I'm
Right.
like, that's stupid, I guess, but kind of cool.
Well, I mean, I
little
don't,
things in life.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if you heard,
guess. Simple
but,
things for simple minds. I've been told.
I don't know if you heard, but like Valve is going. That's basically their future. With gaming is cloud. Valve, they make like Half-Life and Left 4 Dead. So I can see them having a big partnership with Microsoft in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Microsoft is going to be cloud friendly, watch, they'll hook up with Valve.
Well, they're already cloud friendly now, Microsoft. I mean,
Yeah, but-
I have the ability to, if I was what they call gold, like a gold member, where I'm paying for the service of Xbox Live, you can save to the cloud anything. Your saved games, like you don't even need to use your hard drive. Then you could use your hard drive to, download movies from their servers.
Well,
or
now
whatever,
they're going to look more at selling games cloud instead of even being in the store. You know what I mean? So certain companies, you won't even be able to get their game. It may be a $60 game, but you're not going to be able to get it in the store. It's going to be
So
exclusive.
like,
to
okay, I see what you're saying. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So it's like them. It's like them weird
I
arcade
save money
games.
in the long run, though. You don't have to make discs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Well,
don't have to deal with the
they'd make
secondhand.
more money. So
Exactly.
how much more money do they need to make, though?
Cut out the middleman. Cut out the
See,
middleman out there.
So then all the game stores will go out of business.
Eventually, that's going to happen.
You know?
Just like CDs. Do you see a Sam Goody anymore? No, sir.
Nah,
You know?
don't either. Yeah, it's weird.
was their
It's going to
motto?
do it to video games, too. Anything disc-based. Disc-based is
Gotta
going to be
get
shot.
goody. What?
I don't remember.
Goody got it.
Yeah, that's how old we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Another great Xbox One exclusive. I was a huge Dead Rising fan, so I'm really looking forward to Dead Rising 3. I don't know if you guys played either of the Dead Rising games.
I
but
didn't
just
play them, but I've seen
zombie
them.
killing to the
Yeah.
fullest. Just
See,
great
I don't
zombie
find.
fun.
See, for me, that's not appealing to me.
No.
Now, when you're talking
Building
about,
all sorts of
but,
weapons
but you're
and-
talking about automatic weapons and that type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. See,
And
for me,
building any weapon, you could basically take a wheelchair, mix it with a chainsaw. What would you have? That's what
okay.
Dead
Well,
Rising is
that
about.
sounds a little. That just right there has piqued my interest a little bit because I was just about to say,
I'll let you borrow it.
if
I'll
you're
let
telling
you
me
borrow
it was like a hack and slash type game, like one of my favorite hack and slash games of all time for the 360 is Conan. That's a great
Right.
game. Like,
Well,
what a
that's
great
more.
game.
That's a linear game.
Yeah.
Where you go from chapter to chapter.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is more open world.
Oh,
Go
okay.
pick that mission, deal with that person. Kill
So it's a lot like
Grand.
Grand Theft then, but without the car thievery and all. It's just
zombies
zombies
and-
and death.
Yeah, there's a couple vehicles too, though. It's
I mean,
just
like-
zombies and death in a much smaller area, keeping it more personal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool though. I'm really looking forward to the next one. So
Other than that, though, I mean,
they're bringing Killer Instinct back.
yeah. I saw
Really?
that.
Killer
I
Instinct.
saw
yeah.
that.
That is probably going to be an Xbox One exclusive, also. For
But it
1
doesn't
year.
look like anything crazy, though. It
No,
just,
it doesn't.
It kind of looks like they just kind of finally took the game that was good when it came out
Right.
and finally just gave it a huge facelift.
Right.
And
It doesn't look like anything.
yeah, it doesn't look like anything
It
crazy.
doesn't look like it's a revolution.
No, not at all.
Dead air. Michael, read this right now. Since Mike got dead air, we're going to make him read this right now.
I didn't really
Stinkfist,
get-
stop it. Stop it. Mike, just read it.
I didn't
Just
really
read the
get
words.
that.
Go. Shut up. Shut up.
He can't. He's got to let it go.
Yeah,
Read it.
yeah.
Mice crew Tom Dan Gull Fars Fooly.
Read it again.
Mice crew. Hold on, let me try again. Mice, right? Mice crew Tom Dan Gulls Fears Fooly.
Ain't that some shit, too?
Mice crew Tom Dan Gulls Fears Fooly.
Does it now by Scrotum Dangles Fiercely. Good.
Junk.
Oh my god!
So now I know.
That's too
Alright.
funny.
My goals.
My goals.
My goals.
But does your
Gold.
scrotum dangle forcefully? Fiercely?
Not forcefully. Fiercely.
forcefully.
I don't know.
All right.
Maybe. That's too
So,
funny.
if you guys would like to call in, talk to us, and
still, nobody's answered the question of the movie quote yet.
oh yeah,
we
the
still
movie
don't
quote.
know
We still
what
got
movie
that.
that's coming
201
from.
580-3712.
Should I play it again?
Yeah,
Play
play
it
it
again.
again for them because maybe
Let's
they
see
missed
if,
it. Maybe they missed it the first 2 times we played it.
Did it work?
I still don't know.
I'm kind of stumped right now. I'm like,
I can't even understand what the hell that's saying.
It's
What?
crashing.
it's something.
Crashing and then somebody goes, "Did it work?"
Did it work?
That's Stanley.
Dude,
That's
yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
That's Stanley saying,
That's
"Did it
Stanley.
It
work?"
doesn't even
Did it work?
sound like him. It
It
does
doesn't
not even
really,
sound
actually.
like him.
And then there's a laugh track in the
Laughter, yeah,
background. So
laughter
I'm like,
afterwards.
that's what's throwing me off.
Let me play it one more time. Come on, you guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Oh.
Did it work?
Did it work?
Did it work? I'm gonna. I don't really have a.
Yeah.
My mind
I
is
don't either.
blank right now, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, don't say it. Just instant message me it.
Yeah, no, I know. We're not gonna.
Yeah,
blow
we're
it like
trying
that.
to,
We've learned our lesson.
Oh, I don't know. You said it was recent, right? You said it was recent.
Yeah, recent. He said.
Recent is within 3 to 1 years ago.
3 to 1 years.
Okay.
3 to 1 years.
A lot of movies from that point in time.
Jeez.
Well,
All
if
right.
you know the answer, please give us a call in. 201-580-3712.
Yeah. So what
The
other?
Stan Lee quote.
Yeah, the Stan Lee quote. So Jared, what games are good games are going to be still coming out for either of the systems between now and then? Like, did you hear anything about
Anything dropping
anything?
about that?
Anything good dropping or like?
It's definitely getting lighter. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
well, I mean, the one thing I know about is at least Grand Theft is going to
Grand
be.
Theft Auto 5 will be out in
That was cool.
September 15th.
Now that's going to be on the new system, though, right?
No, that'll be
No.
on the current system.
Oh,
September
really?
15th, yup.
Yeah.
It's going to star a trio of characters, actually. Michael, Dave, and Toombs are the characters. No, I'm kidding.
Downloadable characters.
It's Mike, Franklin, and Trevor, and actually you could jump to any of the 3 characters at any point in the game. Say you're playing one guy's story,
Right.
Okay.
and
So
you're
it's
like,
3
I
different
want to put
stories
that one on
going
hold,
once?
you jump to another guy. But the thing is, the stories actually
They
conflict with one
coincide,
another,
yeah. Well, that was the
That's
one
cool.
cool thing that they did in the last game, I think, with the downloadable contents that they
Right.
had. They what was it, the Lost in the Damned, which was like the biker crew.
Right.
That was that, and that somewhat intersected with the main storyline of the game.
But now it's going to actually be playable altogether.
And that's
You know what I mean?
that's crazy.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
think.
Yeah, that sounds
cool.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the map that the game takes place in is actually larger than anything Rockstar has worked on previously.
Well, yeah, they've had pretty extensive maps.
It's bigger than Red Dead Redemption, and that's
It looks
huge.
like
That's friggin' enormous.
it kind of reminds me of the San Andreas feel, though. Of
It
the
does have that
third-
vibe.
Of the
I love
third,
that-
like that's the
that
third game,
I do
right?
too. San Andreas
That
is
was
my
like-
favorite one,
It
definitely.
had all the good music.
Hey, if anybody out there, give us your favorite Grand Theft Auto out of all the different ones that came out. 201-580-3712. We'd like to hear,
Everybody
what your
else's
favorite
opinion.
Grand Theft game was.
Because I mean, I would say it's the best, but I remember the first time I ever played Grand Theft was
The craziest
The
shit
British.
about them games, that was all
British?
the British version. That was for the PS1. That was the top
The
view.
top
the
view,
top
yeah.
one, yeah.
That was like
Totally
the first time I was
different
ever
vibe.
introduced into Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like, and I
Yeah.
played. I was like, this is the craziest game ever.
I never thought it would go to where it went.
No.
It's such a huge
Oh, yeah.
friggin'
The different radio stations that they have
Oh, yeah.
in the game itself, of just people just
Yeah.
talking about craziest stuff.
It's fun in itself.
And the
yeah.
first time you hear it, you're like, did they really just say that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The funniest thing is when
Now it's kind of like gotten to the point where
Yeah,
like,
now
yeah.
it's like you kind of expect it. You're like, well, this one sucks. 'Cause
Yeah.
it
I
doesn't
didn't
have...
care for the fourth one. I didn't like Nico Bellic as my character.
you didn't like
Nico.
Nico Bellic.
No, I hated the whole
Nico.
Not that I don't have any problem with Eastern Russians, but I had or whatever he was, but I did
Ukrainian,
not
I
like.
think, I
I
don't
didn't
know.
like the character setting, so
I see, I played that whole game, and everybody should know when I game, I'm an achievement whore. So
yeah.
not
You
only
play
like
through.
not only,
Dave plays
I play a
through.
game, I
Through
buy
is
a
not
game,
about,
I
yeah.
spend my $60, and I get $120 worth of use out of it.
Yeah. Well, I'll play 10 games at the same time and only finish through with the ones that really hook me.
Yeah, and I won't do that. I won't buy a game unless it's got me hooked right from the get-go.
I'll get to play like a game like maybe 10 minutes. And
then he's got to put his kids to bed.
He's
gotta go see the kitties. And he's got to put his kids to sleep. Daddy. Shark Week.
It's Shark Week. Oh yeah, Shark Week was this week too.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, good times.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about all the dolphins they found on our beach?
Yeah, that was crazy.
You heard about that, right? Something like 120 something dolphins washed up on our east coast here, within from Maine to New Jersey. I think
the 120 was actually from like the 70s or something. This happened, it happened prior to this.
What?
And the number was higher now than it was back then.
It's crazy.
Oh, like there was already a beaching once?
Yeah.
From what I understand, I'm guessing they hit Staten Island and they just died. You know what I mean? But what are they doing over here? You know what I mean? That's the weird thing. I mean, is it weather? Is it global warming? What the fuck is it?
It's a little bit of both, bro.
It's all the hair gel from the cast of Jersey Shore.
I wouldn't doubt that either.
Yeah,
the thought of them just my brain is frying right now.
For anybody out there,
Jersey Shore.
True New Jerseyans are not the Jersey Shore. Okay,
Yes.
If anything, the Jersey Shore has tainted and made my state smell worse than it already does. I freaking hate that.
If you
show.
hate
I hate
the Jersey
those people.
Shore,
Those people are not even from Jersey. Okay?
If you hate the Jersey Shore as much as we do, give us a call. Number is 201-580-3712. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's talk about this.
Wait, I thought we were going to go with the favorite games that we liked in the past.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We could do that. Old school video games.
School games.
Yeah, I like.
Well, starting with you, Mike. What was your favorite game of all time? Number one favorite game.
Number one favorite. Only one.
Only one. Number one. You got to have a number one in there. Think of all the games we played. Endless nights.
Endless nights of gaming. I want to say it's a toss-up. I mean, it's got to be a toss-up because there's just so many good ones.
Well, think of the one
you
were most addicted to.
Right? Resident Evil, I remember being in the dark just playing it. The very first one.
The very first one, yeah.
Yeah, the rest of them really got...
In my opinion, none of them compared to that one. The first one. Because when the first one came out, it was groundbreaking.
Scary, bro.
Yeah, it was.
It was scary. Yeah,
scary.
It was just the way it was built was genius. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And the only Resident Evils I think came close to it was probably Code Veronica in 4.
Code Veronica was for the Dreamcast, right?
It started on the Dreamcast, and then they released X, which came out on PS2 and Xbox.
Right.
But Code Veronica was great. It had a great vibe to it. Mike, you played that one with me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Remember when they went to the mansion up on the hill, the twins? Oh, great game. I recommend anybody who's never played Code Veronica but played the first one and loved it, play Code Veronica. It was great.
Yeah.
All right, we got another call.
All right, caller.
Cool.
Hello.
Hello, caller. You're on Geek Blast.
Yo.
Yes, hello. I just wanted to call really quick and let you guys know that your show is fantastic.
Oh, thanks,
First-time listener, and keep up the great work.
Thanks, buddy.
Great.
Appreciate that.
Good.
Caller, would you like to try and guess the Stan Lee quote?
Yeah, guess the Stan Lee quote with us.
What is it?
No, try and guess what movie.
We're gonna play it for you again.
And you guess what?
Take a listen.
Movie it was
It's going to be a clip using Stanley's voice from a certain movie, and you just got to guess which movie it came from.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Here we go.
Good sport.
Did it work?
You got a guess?
Just to clean up a little bit, it's Stanley saying, "Did it work?"
We'll play it for you one more time.
Did it work?
You got a guess, caller?
I'm going to go with Spider-Man.
Nope. Wrong.
Wrong.
Goodbye.
Sorry,
Get off.
we don't know either. So.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
Keep listening. Okay. So, my favorite video game of all time, I would have to say, would be... I'm going to say probably Ghosts and Goblins, man.
Ghosts and Goblins?
Yeah, Ghosts and
Nintendo?
Goblins for the
Nintendo.
original NES.
Original? Because the Super Nintendo one was better, I think.
Well, the graphics were better, because
the gameplay was.
They were both really tough games.
Hard
See,
games.
for me, it's also another toss-up situation, kind of like Mike's. But I love Gauntlet as well.
Yeah.
Gauntlet was such a great game.
The arcade one.
Well, any any gauntlet.
The
for
big
me.
arcade one.
Well, yeah, of course.
Did I
That's the
tell you
best
that I
one.
downloaded X-Men, the arcade game?
Yes, you
Remember
did.
that arcade game?
That was
Using
the
the
best.
emulator I told you?
No, it was something totally different. I got the Nobby Junior for my kids, and I was able to download it on there. I'm like, whoa, this is cool. So anyway,
Nobby Jr., eh?
Yeah, all
yeah,
right.
it's a kid
You
tablet.
pervert.
It's a kid.
It sounds
Pervert,
perverted. So anyway, yeah, I downloaded this game. Do you remember this? Like, do you remember
It's
having like
X-
5 or
it's the
6
arcade
different
X-Men, yeah.
controllers? You remember that?
Yes, I do.
There's that
remember.
one.
X-Men
I think it was
Arcade.
on Kmdt.
Yeah,
I
X-Men
spent a lot
Arcade.
of quarters on that game. I
Each
did.
each controller, each joystick was a different
different
person,
character.
right?
Yeah.
You had like
Colossus,
Colossus, Wolverine,
It played and
Nightcrawler,
felt
Storm.
right. It played and felt very much like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, which was another great one.
Yeah,
It was
I mean,
awesome. It was only
That
like
was
5
awesome.
levels, but it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
good.
The first one
Great
was
game.
pretty good too, though.
Yeah.
The very first.
The very
Ninja
first
Turtles
It was.
That
It
was
was totally
top.
different.
That was Top View.
That was
Yeah.
made by Konami. It was
Yeah,
top view
Konami.
and side view. You'd go
Mhm.
into the
Yep.
sewers, then it would turn into side
Yeah,
view.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that
I
was a
gotta
great
say,
game, too.
My favorite game, I probably had 5 of them. Honestly, I can't just say one.
Well, see, that's
I'd
the
say-
thing.
I'd
I
say,
could like think of for each system. I could think of a great game that I loved. Like
Right.
I went super old school with the NES, but like
Right. Well, I have multiples, man. I like Simon's Quest 2. I like Super Metroid 3. I like Demon's Crest. I like the Legacy
Demon's
of Kain
Crest,
series.
yeah.
Legacy
I had a
Game
bunch,
series.
man.
Yeah, I mean
I had a bunch.
that's
you know.
awesome.
They were
That
all
is
my
awesome.
favorites.
Demon's Crest was amazing because I
was a
remember
great
playing
game,
that
man.
game with you, and we would just like
And the unfortunate,
geek out to that game. My
the
mom would be
unfortunate
like,
thing-
Are you guys okay in there? You gotta turn that thing off anytime
phenomenal
soon?"
music, probably hands down
The
the
best
best music in a video game.
And
Honestly,
it's an RPG.
It was side view RPG.
Yeah.
Kind of played like a mix between Simon's Quest, Metroid, and I don't know. It was different, man.
It was all
You
about
actually make
gargoyles.
each demon fly by double tapping the A button.
Okay.
You tap it, you jump, and then you hit the button again, and then you float.
And then it had different
Yeah, it was-
gargoyles that did different
You get
things.
different
and stuff.
powers,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was cool.
I always thought Mega Man was a pretty cool like
Mega
game
Man's cool.
franchise.
Mega
you know?
Man 2, I love too.
They're still
Two
going
is
with
great.
them, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't think they've
Mega
made a
Man
new.
2013.
I don't think they made a new Mega Man like game in a while.
No,
Not
they
sure
haven't.
about that.
I don't know why.
I know he's part of like the whole Konami fighting game thing now. Capcom, yeah. Konami, I said.
It's okay. Very old. Both of them have been around forever. You know,
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, long time.
long time, man.
Yeah, so I haven't. I'm gonna try to just hazard a guess here, since nobody has gotten the question.
Yeah, let's see if we can
which
get
Stan
this
Lee
question.
movie it is. I'm gonna throw a guess out there, Stinkfist, and you let me know if I'm right or not. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Incredible Hulk.
Nope.
Man,
Man,
I'm gonna say
what do you got, Mike?
Thor.
You got it.
There you go, buddy.
Bing, bing,
You're done,
bing.
Michael. You're
I
done.
win nothing.
You win nothing. Mike wins absolutely
It's the scene where they're
nothing.
trying to pull the hammer out of the crater.
Oh.
And don't you remember Stan Lee's in the pickup truck and they've got the train, they've got the chain attached to the hammer,
Yep. Bumper comes off.
and
right, or something like
the whole cab comes out of the truck.
that? Yes, I do now.
Very cool.
Oh,
Did it work?
did it work?
Well,
No, Stan, the joke didn't work.
yeah. Well, we got about a minute left here. We just want to.
Oh well, that's
talk
one thing.
about-
You guys, if you guys have more to go, I mean, we don't have to stick to a hard hour. If you want to go like 10 minutes over, that's your call.
All right. Well, we were just going to shout out the other shows that are going on the radio.
Oh yeah, and the
station,
Corrosive
so-
Radio. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So you got the Corrosive Radio comedy show, which was that last night?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We had
Wednesday,
we had a
sorry.
great show. We had a lot of people calling in about the drug stories, people that we never talked to before. One woman called in and said that she was seeing demons on crystal meth.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's heavy stuff.
That is
right there,
heavy
man.
stuff.
Gotta love demons.
Yeah, that's crazy pants.
And that airs from 10 to 11, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
10
so
to 11 on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night,
Eastern
10 to
Standard
11.
Time.
And then we got the
Outback Radio.
Outback Radio.
That's
Yep.
Tuesday
That's
from 9
Tuesday night,
to 10.
9 to 10.
9 to 10.
Yep. There are the other two shows that are on Corrosive Radio. Then you can catch us, which is KMDT Geek Blast, on Friday nights, 8 to 9-ish.
Ish. Ish or
Yeah, well,
Ish.
none of these shows have to be a hard hour because we don't have anything else going on at the moment, but that's going to change in the future.
Yeah, because
Right.
we're going
Yes.
to blow this joint up.
hopes.
We're going to be like the Geek Blast up in
Thoughts
this joint.
of grandeur.
Visions. Of
Visions.
Grandeur.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
Also, by the way,
no, they're not. They're not. Mike, listen to me. They're not visions of grandeur. They're called goals.
Goals.
That's Dave's quote. I'm just saying. I was just making fun of Dave there.
Yeah, he was legitimately making fun of me.
I have goals
on
too,
there.
bro. So don't worry about it.
I'm
Dave calls
the
all my
negative
goals.
Nelly
All my life,
sometimes.
it's been visions of grandeur.
Yeah, well.
That's what I have. Visions of grandeur.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think you're doing?
You know, statistics, little off everything. Statistics are saying New Jersey is the luckiest place in the country to do the lottery.
Yeah, no, it is. It's true. That in Long Island.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. Right down the street from me was one of the winning tickets in South Brunswick. Right down the street from my work, man. At the Stop and Shop.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I played too, man.
And then the other ticket in Jersey was down
Little Lake
south.
Harbor.
Little Lake Harbor was employees.
It was a pool of six.
Okay, well, you understand why that is, though, don't you?
Why is that?
Because for the state as the size of Israel, we have per capita one of the most populated states in the country.
Yeah, we're dense, man.
It's the most densely populated state in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
Did you say it's the most densely populated state in New Jersey? Good one, Michael.
Yeah.
And that is why your scrotum dangles fiercely.
Yep.
Yo, did you guys ever see the cartoon, The Venture Brothers?
No, sir.
I love it.
Cartoon Network?
Venture Brothers.
Cartoon
is great.
Network, yeah. It's
I think I may have browsed upon it.
It's
once or
based
twice.
loosely on like Johnny Quest and like all the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but in like hysterical like.
Is it?
They're all like off the wall. Though.
Oh,
all
yeah,
the characters are
it's-
off the wall. Have you ever seen it, Stinkfist?
If you've never seen that, it's a great show. You go check out season 1 somewhere. It's probably on Xbox
Mighty
Live.
Max?
No,
Mighty Max.
Venture Brothers.
No, I mean that sounds like the Hardy Brothers, but gayer.
It's kind of along that line.
If you
That's what
like-
makes it funny, though.
If you like Captain Planet, you'll like this one.
No.
Heart, wind, water.
Yeah, they were definitely all involved in a circle jerk after the Captain Planet.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
no doubt.
Hells yes. I always hated that little guy, the last one. Went,
Powers combined.
Heart.
I always
We
hated
form
Heart.
Captain Planet.
Which is basically a
And then
rip-off
he, like-
of Voltron.
It is a rip-off of Voltron.
You know? Much
Because
better.
they
much
Powers-
much gayer rip-off of Voltron. I mean,
Well, yeah. 'Cause they wanted to save the planet.
They were trying to...
The funny thing is they probably should have listened to him.
probably. Wasn't his hair green?
It was blue.
Yeah, because he was blue. He was like, the color of the sky.
He
or
was
something.
Colossus in tights. That's what he was.
Why was he blue?
Why? Because this guy, man, he's
So ashamed
Captain,
of himself, he turned into a freaking
Captain
heroin
Planet.
junkie.
Captain Planet. The planet's 90% water, right?
Why do heroin addicts turn blue? I've been noticing.
Well,
this.
it's funny that you should ask that because you should have listened to my show on Wednesday night.
Really, you talked about that?
Yeah,
Well,
'cause they like suffocate. And,
No, we had heroin addicts call in. And,
all right. First-hand knowledge is always the best.
I mean, we don't have a shortage of them in New Jersey right now.
And you know what,
being
this-
next to the Berg.
And every time every time one of them called in, we gave them their own theme song, and this was the theme song for the heroin addicts. You ready?
All right, I'm
Go for
listening.
it.
Yeah.
Because that's usually how a heroin addict story ends.
Yeah. Usually.
Pretty much,
9
man.
times out of 10.
All my favorite musicians died of the big H. You know?
Yeah, a lot of
you don't
good
live off of it.
Tells
You
you
do not
something
live.
about music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
Only one of my favorite singers of all time, basically my number one favorite, never did the H, Mike Patton. But
Yeah.
Lane Staley, Kurt Cobain, my other two favorites, both kicked it,
Yeah.
You do not, I mean,
Well, Kurt Cobain didn't kick it because of heroin.
No,
Shot
he
himself in
kicked
the
it because he
face
was
with a
married to
shotgun.
that
Or he
fucking
was
slob of a
murdered.
woman. That's why he did it.
What'd you say, Stink?
His
I
evil
said,
crone.
I said he kicked it because he was married to that slob of a woman. I'd shoot myself too.
for the first time ever, actually, last night I watched the Kurt and Courtney movie. I mean,
What? No, wait, is that the movie where he lets the Jehovah's Witness in while he's wearing like a tutu?
no, that's the actual The Last Days or something. No, that's something else. This was a documentary on his.
Oh, okay.
On his life.
Yeah, and on her, the evil crone, the evil one.
Now I don't know if this qualifies as geek or not, though. This conversation.
It does to me, man.
Sure,
Because
man.
you know what? I geek all over it. You know?
Music, people geek on music. People
Hell
geek
yeah.
on
I think
everything.
Any form of
I
entertainment is
think
geeky.
geek is a pretty broad category.
All right, well, then you know
in
what?
my
We
opinion.
have to get a working definition so that we know the parameters of this show.
I say music, movies, video games.
Pop culture.
See,
Anything that's going on.
music is a little questionable to me, and if you have an opinion on that, please call 201-580-3712.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Because there's people that just care about music and that's their lives.
Because I think
man.
you can.
Or we could always just totally open
You
this
could
fucker
geek-
up.
agree.
You can
Talk
geek out
anything.
about a lot of different things.
Yeah,
and I
but
think it all
music
depends on
isn't
the
me-
definition
like-
of geek.
But music,
The context.
like if you're into like Slayer, you're not necessarily considered geek.
Okay, what
So-
if you listen to
That's
Devo? Devo.
I mean, Devo had one album. You're just considered a mental patient at that point.
Yeah, I guess so. But we all do
Yeah,
want
I
to wish
guess
it good.
the music thing, I'm not a big fan of. I would have not that I don't like music, I should say, but
I love
talking
it.
about
Music is my
music-
life, my friend.
I don't know about that person.
Okay, now I have an interesting question for you guys.
Okay.
All right,
What's that?
Okay, because Jim Carrey came out and he's protesting.
Came out of the closet?
You're protesting that movie, right? You're talking about Kick-Ass 2?
He's protesting Kick-Ass 2 because of the level of
Fucking
violence
faggots.
that's in it. Right? No, I don't think it's necessarily sincere. Although I do agree with what he's saying. Right?
What is he
Okay, what are you
saying?
saying?
He's just protesting the level of violence in it. Right? And he's saying how it influences people. Now, I do believe that violence in movies does influence people, and I need to go no further than back to The Dark Knight. Shortly after that was released, there was like a rash of robberies, independent robberies, people just wearing Joker makeup, and murders with people wearing Joker makeup. However, my question is, which is more influential on the human psyche, movies or music?
Music.
I agree with you. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Music is much more personal, man. Much more personal.
No, I agree with you because the eardrum. Did you know that the eardrum is the most sensitive part of your body?
Yeah, I mean, I'd
Really?
rather be blind than deaf, honestly.
I thought about that once. Like, I always ponder that question to myself, just like a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which sense could I live without? And
That's a good
really-
question for the people.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a
201
if you could only have
580
one sense,
3712. If you could lose one sense,
if you could
what
lose
would
one
it be?
sense. If you had to lose one, you
I
had to
thought
pick
about
one,
this
you know?
extensively, and I've
If you
come
lose
up.
your sense of smell, then your taste is
Yeah, that
gone,
would
too.
suck.
Kind
That
of.
would suck too.
They
right?
kind of go
They
hand in hand. Yeah, I don't think I could be blind because I just like to look.
If I was blind,
I
I'd
couldn't
want to
read
be
anymore,
Daredevil.
and I love to read. And I couldn't play video games. Couldn't do all
With
kinds of
sight
shit.
without sound.
Well, that's not necessarily. Wait, hold on, Dave. That's not necessarily true. There was a BBC documentary about this one kid who learned how to click like
Yeah,
a dolphin, right?
Like an Ethiopian?
Right. Exactly. Well, he was black, so. But he learned how to use echolocation, and somehow it enabled him to play video games.
That's awesome. I got to learn.
really.
He was blind, and he was playing like he was playing that N64 game where it includes all the Nintendo characters like Metroid
Super
and Mario.
Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Bros.
yeah.
He was playing
Yeah.
against some kid and kicking the shit out of him.
I gotta see this.
That
You
was,
gotta
it was
ask yourself,
fucking
was that luck?
insane.
Was that luck?
But I'm just saying, like,
No,
so
man, it's echolocation.
I would honestly.
Yeah, but
think
how does that work on a TV though?
No, seriously.
It would be
yeah,
feel for me.
exactly.
And that's a sense, right? That's
Oh,
one of the. Yeah.
man, I
So
don't-
I wouldn't want to feel things. Touch. That's what I would want to lose.
Sense of feeling?
Yeah.
So your penis is gone. No
Yeah.
more sex.
I can see myself doing it. I know I'm doing it.
But you're not going to be able
Who gives
to
a
do
fuck?
anything if you don't feel
I
it.
know I'm doing it. It's all here.
So I have a definition of geek. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
read
ahead.
that.
Give me your
This is
definition.
from Wikipedia. I don't know.
Oh, stuff.
This is not original, and it's probably
not
not
original.
true either because it's coming from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Go to
all right,
Webster.
so then find a better one. What do you want me to tell you?
Go to encyclopediabritannica.com.
Encyclopedia Britannica. You got them?
No,
No,
this
this
is
is
the
last
last
year.
year. Remember?
This is the last year.
Go to the
really is.
Urban Dictionary.
So, all right. So Wikipedia says the word geek is a slang term originally used describing odd or non-mainstream people with different connotations ranging from, my screen just blanked out, an expert or
Technology.
enthusiast, right?
Okay.
To a person heavily interested in a hobby with a general, don't know what that word is,
Holy shit.
meaning, general meaning.
Captain illiterate over here too.
So I lost it here. But yeah, so basically,
So in a nutshell,
anything, really.
it's a huge category.
It's a huge category.
But that's neither here nor there. You know.
Yeah,
We'll highlight the things that
You guys got to come up with your own definition of geek and then just work within that parameters. That's all.
Yeah, I hear you. And I think we're doing that.
We're doing that. Yeah,
I think it's just what highly interests us.
We're being there.
honestly.
You know, I mean,
And if
week
what
to week,
interests
week
us
to week that can
interests
vary.
you,
You know, week to week that can vary
Please
too.
call in.
Yeah, and you know, give us your comments on Facebook too. Let us know the
Yeah, we're
things
on
maybe
Facebook.
that you want us to talk about or questions you want to pose to us about, you know, comics, who would win in a fight against who, and so on and so forth. You know.
And definitely, if you're on heroin and from Kingsburg, please call and let me know if you change colors often.
Yeah.
Please. I would like to know if you change colors. Because being a chameleon is awesome.
Yeah, the Geico app.
Yeah.
The Geico app. The
I don't know.
Geicos don't change color, do they?
Does anybody here
they're-
want to kill Flo?
they're just
They're
green.
Grecos.
I hate Flo.
Greco color.
What's
Greco-Romans.
Do you want to kill Flo?
Flo.
Flo, I can't stand her.
Yo, man, leave my insurance lady alone.
You like her? Oh, I can't stand her.
All right, so guys,
Well, guys, I think that's it for
is
this
the show
week.
done? Is the
What's
show
that?
done? Is the show
Yeah,
done?
show's done.
Yeah, we're ending our show, ladies and
Okay, then
gentlemen.
mute your mic. All right, we're going out.
Great night,
Yes.
and-
Goodbye. See you next week.
See you next week.
Listen,
All right.
I'm Lord Vader and I get respect. Your planet and your life is what I expect. Cape on my back, cable box on my chest, leather pants on my death, hot oil on my breath. You'll be jealous of my boots, jealous of my gloves, jealous of my belt with my blinking lights. I'm the Dark Lord with the power to dismiss two people's skills like the Banthapist. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. It's the Emperor coming through the door. Ready to make an entrance, so back on up. I'm about to blow some planets up. Yeah, you know I'm crazy. And my skin is pale and pasty. Cause I'm evil. I like it when the planets go boom. I once got busy in the death